My name is Wayne Cramer. I'm the Managing Director of GWE, and we manufacture energy saving control systems for electricity, and we manufacture a range of high volume repetitive orders and also bespoke one-off type orders. So our processors need to be able to cope with all aspects of that type of manufacturing. We've had a business strategy to double the turnover of the business year on year for the next 3 years, and we found that our existing systems and processes were really holding us back from doing that. This was made very clear when we implemented ISO 9001 quality system. That was very time consuming and difficult because of not having all the information at hand. So with Flowlens in place, we now feel very confident that we can achieve those growth targets. As Managing Director of the business, Flowlens has enabled me to let go of a lot of the daily operational tasks within the business. I'm very comfortable now that all my team are performing their tasks in the way that they were designed and on time. And that's enabled me to concentrate more on the strategy and the growth of the business. Since we've had Flowlens operational, I'm now able to spend at least 2 full days a week working on the business rather than in the business. Before we had Flowlens, we used to have Sage account system that used to try and manage all our stock control and order processing, but it weren't great for that. We also had a very complicated CRM system, which was very onerous and time consuming to fill in, but worse than that, it was very isolated. Finally, we had an infinite number of spreadsheets that used to try and hold all that together. Once we implemented Flowlens, that replaced all the Sage, the CRM and the loads of different spreadsheets that we had, and everything's now kept in one place on Flowlens. Everything moves from an inquiry through a sales lead to an order to the manufacturing. Everybody knows where to look and it's all clear and transparent, which has made a massive difference to the actual overall processing of our orders. So we used to have constant shortages of component parts, and these used to hold up production and orders, and any one of those could have cost us hundreds of pounds each month. So since we've implemented Flowlens now manages all our stock control, so we can see clearly all the component parts stock we've got at any one time, and we just don't have any shortages or hold-ups. Once the team was shown Flowlens, they then easily found their way around it, and there's not been any lengthy training required. It's just been up and running in no time.
My name's Sarah Cramer. I'm Operations Manager at GWE. I'm responsible for making sure the business runs as smoothly as possible and everything's streamlined. So since having Flowlens, everything's automatically done on one system. It's all in one place. I've constantly got a queue of people waiting to ask something about where this is or where that is, whereas now it's on Flowlens, it's all in one place. I've not got anybody stood waiting to ask me anything. Orders come in and they're just processed without management knowing. It all just runs through and it's all dead straightforward. If I obviously want to see anything and check up, I can do. So yeah, it's just everybody knows what they're responsible for, and it's easy and simple to find everything. I'd definitely say I've probably saved 1 day a week just answering people's questions about where things are or how they process things, because we had so many different systems and spreadsheets and forms. It was just complicated for people to find where things were, whereas now it's all on Flowlens. It's all saved either to the sales order or the part. Everybody knows where they're looking, and that's just saved definitely at least 1 day a week's worth of time. Flowlens supports ISO because it just ticks all the boxes for what they're looking for. ISO is all about who's responsible for what and having document revisions and document control. On Flowlens, you've got exactly what sales order you're on. If you need to amend it, you've got different revisions that you can look back to. At the bottom of each page, you've got who's done what and when it was done, so you can always clearly see. Any forms can be added on, and ISO love that they're on there and it's all in one place. You know what issue number you're on. Nobody can be amending things. You've got admin user access and then team member access, so it's all it's clear who's responsible for doing what. Another thing is our day-to-day running of the business. we now send each other tasks to clearly define where somebody's role starts and where it ends, so you know who's been given that responsibility, and there's no wondering if it were meant to be passed over or not. It's definitely with that person. Flowlens is great to have on my phone because I can access it wherever I am. If I need to quickly check a part or anything from here, I can take my phone out, quickly type in the part I'm looking for and go out on the shop floor and find it. It's also good because the directors sometimes aren't in the office if they're out on the road doing training. If a sales enquiry comes in and it's something they've dealt with, you can just tell them the number and they can have a look on their phone and update it. So anybody can access it at any time from wherever they are. It is really good. The production have tablets. There's also a laptop that they use for filling forms in because it's slightly bigger, but they have tablets for signing on and off of job cards. We've found that is working really well. Even for stock checking, it's such an inconvenience to have to write everything down, then go back to your computer and fill it all in. If you've got your iPad with you, you just do it there and then in real time input the numbers and you're sorted. It saves so much time, so many hours stock checking. It is one of the best things to have an additional iPad that you can use on the shop floor. For the individual stock items that we keep, we had a problem when we used Sage before, where you could only have one part per one supplier with one product code, and it meant we were having to keep notes of the places for different suppliers if we couldn't get it. On Flowlens, you can have one part with multiple suppliers, multiple costs, multiple lead times. It's all there in one place. You just pick which one you're using, and it's really helped a lot, and it's really ideal to manage the stock a lot better. We decided to move over to Xero for our accountancy packaging because Flowlens works seamlessly with that. There's no need to be importing and exporting things. It just all works together as one system, so it's really been ideal to have them both at the same time. Since we've had Flowlens, it's hard to remember how bad it was before. One of our customers came in and they were explaining that they don't know what stock they've got in each person's van and they don't know who's got it where, and when things are installed, when it's installed, and enquiries aren't getting followed up. Flowlens has made such a massive difference because it's all just on one place. If people are out in vans and you've got stock in vans, you can keep track of that. I explained to him that it's definitely worthwhile having because it's such an easy system to manage everything from start to finish. Enquiries coming in don't get missed. Sales orders are delivered on time. Your stock management's a lot better. You can have stock wherever it needs to be. You've got it, and your orders are just getting processed so much quicker and so much more efficiently than they were beforehand. So yeah, it is really worthwhile having.